So on episode 1 today, who have we got in the chair?
Tom Sevens, otherwise known as Tomo.
Tomo. How are we doing today?
All good, mate, all good.
Just for the audience, Tomo, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Tomo Evans from Swansea. Grew up in Mansfield, not too far away, just like 10 minutes out of the city centre.
Yeah.
Got a younger brother, 2 years younger than me.
I didn't know that.
He's twice the size of me though.
It's twice the size of you.
Yeah.
Was he like in the gym quite hard? Is it?
No, he just must have had the good genes or something. I don't know.
Mate, that's like me and my brother's like way taller than me when he's younger as well.
Tom's
got a smaller head.
better hair as well.
Oh no, you got the hair, mate. Everyone raves about the hair.
It's a wig, yeah.
It's killing him early, like. Okay, Tom. Have you ever cheated on your barber?
I haven't really got a barber.
Don't need one.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's one thing owning a shop. I don't have a barber that I can go to.
Yeah.
I kind of just fit a haircut in when I get a haircut.
Just whenever you get it.
Yeah, and then it's something I actually miss because like I can't go to a shop and have the experience that everyone else has the experience. Because if I go for a haircut in another shop, they find out I'm a barber.
Yeah.
And then they start talking to me about hair. So I'm just like, right, like that's the end of that. Like the experience is gone for me.
That's it, where you want to relax and enjoy. All of a sudden they talk to you about the haircuts and it's like you're in work. Like.
Yeah. With like tools and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think I need to find the barbers not in Swansea and then like go in undercover kind of thing.
No idea what you're doing.
And like maybe, I don't know, be an electrician or something. But
just make up another employment completely.
Yeah.
You're training to be to do something new.
Yeah, well, it's a top secret. Then.
Oh, they've got talk about that. Pretend that's your career.
Well, I don't know about top secret. I've been called out a few times now. I'm in other people's pictures and that.
Oh, there we go.
I'm doing something for myself rather than like doing it for the knowledge.
Right. I didn't know it was a secret.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. You could pretend that's a profession, maybe. Hitting the gym hard, like all that.
Yeah, maybe.
Does Jake normally cut your hair then?
Yeah, Jake's cut it the last couple of times. But yeah, like I recently cut my hair off, so it was like long for ages, always been like back. But yeah, I just want to go shorter and shorter now.
Just changing it again.
So Jake cut it off before I've like grown my hair for months. I got the full bobble one.
Yeah. You said you showed me kind of like mine, isn't it?
Yeah, so like full bobble, loved it. And then about 2 weeks after I got the full bobble, shaved it off. Like
2 weeks?
Walked in here, picked up a set of clippers, and I just shaved my hair off.
Like what drove you to do that? You get that far? Why after 2 weeks?
I don't like going back to the barber thing, like because I hadn't like got a barber and then go, oh, can you just have like maintain this or whatever? Do you know what I mean? I just like thought, I'll just cut it off, like, do you know what I mean? And then that'll be done with it.
I mean, I've been like that a lot. Obviously, like you want Jay to cut my hair, but
yeah,
I'm not allowed.
Honestly, like when I look at pictures and I think, oh, I wish I kept my hair.
Yeah.
But then now it's gone. Like I don't think I'll ever be able to get back there.
Oh, see, that's what inspires me. I got to keep mine growing for the same thing. Oh, okay then, Tom. So you grew your hair and obviously you cut it, but come away from that a little bit. What's the worst haircut you've ever had?
Probably one of my dad's.
What, your dad cut your hair?
So when we were younger, like it wasn't a thing to go to the barbers as a kid.
Yeah.
Like all I had was shaved head. Like, and I don't know if it's like because barbers are more popular now.
Yeah.
But you just didn't go to barbers when you were like a proper kid.
I relate with that a lot. It was just an easy like tool all over or something. Like I used to have something like that.
So when you go to you take a dog to the vet and they put a big cone on your head. Yeah. So my dad used to have something similar to that, but it was yellow and it'd like pin around your neck. What? And then that would catch all the hair. And,
oh my God.
In the kitchen, you just like clip your head off, like one of the two or something. And then as we started getting older, and like me and my brother wanted like styles, he'd try and do haircuts. But you know yourself, like if you're not a barber, you try and do a haircut. It's only, it's only going one way, like. So there's like a picture that I post every year for my brother's birthday. It's like R9 and a big fringe.
Yeah, got the front bit.
So
oh no,
he had that, and like it's in my mother's house. Like he's just got a massive fringe and a bald head.
No, like blended.
No.
Real life.
And like deep down, probably drove me to be a barber.
Scarred.
I was like, yeah, surely kids can't go through this all their life.
When you first said about the cone thing, I thought you were going to talk like a bowl cut. How about your head?
All right,
the bowl.
No, we literally just had like shaved heads.
Just like, keep it nice and easy.
Yeah, there's the picture of us, either a big fringe or shaved heads. But I feel like the big fringe was also like a 90s thing.
Yeah, I used to have that. Like, he's 100%.
So it was, I wouldn't say easy to do, but it was a lot easier.
Yeah, that sounds like a bad haircut, to be fair.
That's probably, yeah.
What about you, Jake? Was it bad when you had?
Oh, I've had some shockers.
Yeah.
I won't, go on.
You remember?
Yeah, I know Jake's one. We won't name names. He went to Ooh, she's watching. No, I was on the one when you cut your hair from long to short.
Was it bad, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Again, we won't name names, but it was another shop. And no one would cut Jake's hair because he was growing it. Similar to you, like Jimmy. Yeah, we was like, no, you're growing your hair. And he took it upon himself to get a haircut. And
What happened?
Mate, so I was just getting to the stage where I could like tie it up.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like I wanted to get into a man bun, but I could only get into like a top knot.
Yeah.
And it was like a Sunday in the middle of summer. I think it was like just after the first lockdown.
Oh,
so we still hadn't opened our shop, but there were other shops that had opened.
Yeah. So you could sneak in there then.
Yeah. So it was a Sunday. I said to the boys, I was like, boys, can anybody cut my hair? Because it's like 30 degrees.
Yeah.
Pull
me down a bit, like.
So everybody said no. And then I was just like, I just Googled barbers and so on.
No way.
that were open on a Sunday.
Oh, that's rough.
And I just went to the first one that popped up, and it was like, I remember going there when I was a kid, and it, like, obviously I wasn't a barber then, so I thought like, oh, it's all right.
Yeah, you would get away with it. Yeah.
But oh mate, I went there and I've never been so distraught. You know, like
bad enough cutting it from long, and then it's a bad cut because they didn't.
For like 6 months.
What was so bad about it?
It was.
We'll get a picture up.
Yeah, I think we can have that and like show the audience. Awful. I want to know.
Absolutely awful.
Oh, we've all been there, and we've all the bad ones. Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Tom. So you said, Tom, that you grew up in Mansleton?
Yeah. So then, yeah.
So that, like you said, it's like what, 5 minutes away?
Yeah.
I live obviously there as well, so I know it quite well now. But growing up there, was it anything kind of like about the area, about Mansleton, or I guess about Swansea, did any of that impact who you've become today?
Possibly, but I don't think of it like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't think, oh yeah, that's like made me
like these experiences. Mansleton led you, like.
But like, I do think the people you like hang around with and like the things you watch and like the people you listen to make a massive part in what you do. Like,
when you're younger, the influence of that can be huge, can't it?
Yeah,
and really clear.
Even like today, like even as far as like today, like because I remember when I first left school, I was a mechanic, and then like the people who I worked with now, we used to like go for a pint on a Friday like afternoon, like during work.
No way.
And like, I don't even like a pint.
So you're not like a big drinker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But obviously, like, because people were doing that, that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, definitely like the people who you listen to and you hang around with, they make a massive impact on like what you do as a person. Like,
that makes sense.
So like now I just try and listen to like podcasts and stuff like that. Like I don't really watch like TV and stuff like. Do you mean? And even I could see it in COVID because like people were watching the news, especially my mother. Like you watch the news, and she thought like the end was coming.
Yeah,
like, do you know what I mean?
Of course, it's so negative, isn't it?
But if you didn't watch the news, like you wouldn't know.
Yeah,
and that's like a prime example of like
totally get that.
If whatever you listen to and whatever you watch, that's what your reality becomes.
I really believe that as well. I think you said podcasts now that you choose to listen to, like you use like Joe Rogan for example. Like I love watching and listening to Joe Rogan. And it changes your perspective on the world, and kind of where you're going to go with it. So that does make a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah, definitely. Like who you hang around with, like that's saying like the 5 people that you hang around with or something like that, and you become the average of the 5 people you hang around with.
Oh, like you take a little bit of each of them, sort of thing.
100%. Like if you end up in the wrong like group, it'll determine the rest of your life.
And again, like I with my history, obviously where I've come from before being a barber, I've seen that massively. That the area can have a massive impact. Like you're saying, the people, any type of influencers, a friend, whether it's someone you respect and look up to, you know, like a father figure or something, they can really kind of shape where you're going to go in your life in a positive or negative way. So
I think like when you're saying like friends, like you have school friends, where they're now your friends because you've known them the longest.
Yeah.
They're not actually, like, some things you might not have like the same interest in that.
Absolutely.
And then like, they're still your friends, like, don't get me wrong, but
still like love and respect them as friends, but
but they're not on like, you know, they have different interests as you grow older. You have like different ambitions and stuff like that. And then, like you get people then saying, "Oh, you've changed" and stuff like that. But like everyone's got to change, like, to better themselves.
You probably just become your more authentic self as you're going through life and finding your way. Like, if that makes sense.
If you stay the same, like you just
don't really get anywhere.
Yeah, you don't get anywhere, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say.
But good old Manstilton boy. I mean, said I live there, so I'm happy with it. Okay. So you mentioned obviously like podcasts and, you know, you're not like a big drinker, things like that. But what are some of your other interests? Like what kind of things that outside of this place you kind of get up to?
I know you get a lot of time outside of this space.
You work a lot of hours.
Yeah, it's like keeping fit. Like I've dabbled in and out of fitness, like probably like most of my life, like playing sports and stuff like that. But then, like I went through a period where I didn't train at all, and training and like doing something is definitely like productive and makes you feel better, makes you more switched on and stuff like that. Yeah. Training outside of work. That's about it, really. Work and train.
What, listen to a podcast now again.
Again, like I don't really watch TV. Like I don't, I don't get in my car and listen to music anymore. So I get in my car, like it's got to be like a podcast or something. Because I feel like just drive. Like if it's 10-minute journey, don't get me wrong, I'm putting music on. But if it's over like 10 minutes, I'm putting the podcast on, so I can like try and learn something.
So making the most of that time, I guess.
Yeah.
And for me, that really says a lot about the businessman in you, making the most of that time and kind of doing those things. It makes a lot of sense.
I don't like I don't know. I don't know if it's always been there. Like people say, "Oh, like you're like, you know, born entrepreneur and all this kind of stuff."
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like entrepreneur or just like work ethic.
Yeah. Like you're like a grafter and you go for it. Like
like you just, I don't know. My mum always said like if you want nice things, you gotta work for it.
I get that.
And like I just literally work.
And you kept that going.
Yeah.
Podcast coming as well then.
But then like I speak to someone the other day and he's like the same as me, just like works and that's it. And then we were like, it was only us two in the shop and we were having a discussion and it was like, you know, we're working like Saturdays, working long hours and stuff. And then there's other people that just work to like make enough to get by.
Yeah.
But who's right? Like
exactly. Like that's it. Is it about quality life or can you get a better life by working harder? Isn't it? It's like how do you balance?
Yeah. So like it's a weird one. Like we was like just weighing it up. It was like who's right? Like,
yeah. And I don't know how you establish that who's right. I guess it's different for the individual, really.
Yeah, it is individual, I guess.
That's pretty cool.
Sometimes I think like, you know, maybe I should like have more time off and stuff like that, but I don't know. It's the way you're wired, I guess. It's the way you're wired.
That's it. It's something ingrained in you. You're quite into your work and you're very successful at it. And it shows that it does work for you. My next question was going to be kind of alongside this, so it makes sense, Tom. So what's the most difficult part of being a barber and running a business?
Difficult part about being a barber is gaining clientele.
Okay.
So at the start, like, do you mean? I think once you've got a decent clientele, like you know, as long as you treat them right and you know, you turn up for work,
you show that respect.
Yeah. Sort of you build a relationship with people, then you know, you should be all right, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? What was the second part of the question? So?
The difficult part of being a barber and running a successful business.
Running a successful business, staff.
Yeah, why staff?
I don't know, man. Like it probably goes back to the who's right and who's wrong in the work ethic kind of thing. Like you can't expect everyone's like I can't expect everyone to be like me, but I've kind of like only recently discovered that. Do you mean you expect the same out of everyone, like for that you do?
Yeah.
So you have to have a conversation with yourself and realize that other people got other like different stuff that motivates them.
Yeah. And it's not always about like they have to put every effort in, but they got to still meet the line for you, I guess, and they meet where you need.
You'd like to set a standard, kind of thing, but you have got to be like, you know, not everyone wants the same things as you, I guess. And then just, I don't know, man. It's not like I'm running a like massive company or anything. I'm cutting hair, Joe. Yeah. And that's why.
But even with that, like I look at the business like this, and I think it was already had such a reputation locally as being a really established professional barbershop, and then you've opened Founders as well.
Yeah,
I think that shows the growth of somewhere like this, which I think is really impressive, really. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, down to hard work, I guess. Like that's I think that's what everything comes back to, just hard work and like, I don't know, investing back into your business, because there's so many barbers that just like take the money and then they run with it. Do you know what I mean?
And I've definitely seen that since I've started here, is how much you do invest back in this business. Like it's really obvious to see, and I think that really adds the quality to it. Talking about the business around, Tom, obviously, like I said, you like hard work and you like putting that effort in. But what is it that really motivates you? What is it that you are so passionate about that makes you so successful?
I wouldn't say I'm so successful.
Absolutely.
You know, I just cut hair. Like, what motivates me? I don't know. It must be the way I'm wired or something. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't like, as it stands, I don't have like anything I'm aiming towards. Like, I probably could take more time off, and I probably could take more holidays, but I have like one holiday a year. I don't take sick days.
No.
Like,
one holiday a year.
Yeah,
that's good.
Like, very rare. Like, I've never had a sick day. Like, I broke my foot once running and still worms with a boot on. Yeah, like,
standing up all day as well. That's impressive. That is hardcore.
But then I get like, I don't know. I don't want to keep harping on about like hard work, but that, like, other people are different. Like,
yeah,
right?
That's what motivates you. Hard work is what motivates you. That's class. Okay, so coming away from the business a little bit, and Tom, how do you manage juggling the business here and your home life? How do you get that balance?
Mate, it's a difficult one. Like, I told my missus when I got with her, I'm gonna work less days. Like, by this date, I'll be working less days.
To give like a goal to work towards.
Yeah. And then that date came and went, and then she's like, "You told me by then I'd be working less days and stuff like that." And then like my boy came along, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna spend more time with him and stuff like that." Yeah, and I haven't done that either.
Still grafting.
But I am like learning to like be on my phone less and stuff. So like Sundays now, I don't have a phone. So that's like family day.
So you mean like, instead like flicking on social media or something?
Or like,
phones away.
Yeah, and like, you know, replying to people's messages and stuff like that. I'll leave the house without a phone on a Sunday. I actually won't have a phone. And I think like it's helping the home life, I guess, because I'm not like speaking to other people like to be. I'm in them. Yeah, I'm there like to be. I'm present.
That's cool.
But yeah, as far as like taking time off and like being at home more,
still on that.
Yeah, I'm still, yeah. I do think as my boy gets older, maybe I'll have to like take more time to like be with him. You know, like after school events and like weekends and stuff like that.
And if he like gets into like sports or something.
Yeah. Because I definitely want to sports like as a kid. Like, are massively important. Like, with, like, that's where you meet your mates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And obviously, little John that works here now, he's contemplating giving up rugby and stuff like that. And like, I think like sports, you should do them as long as you can.
Definitely.
Like, I don't have regrets, but like one regret that I do have was giving up boxing, like when I was younger.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just not that like I was any good or anything, but just seeing that football. Yeah. Just being in that environment and being around them people, like, do you know what I mean? So I'm definitely going to push my boy. Not push, wrong word probably. I'm definitely going to help him, like, participate in as many sports as possible. Like. And
then obviously, like I said, you'll be there kind of, be a bit biggest, like, cheerleader on the side. I love that.
I think, definitely. That's something I'm probably aiming towards in regards to, like, work-life balance.
Getting that balance a bit more. I'm with Jake as well. Mine was football growing up. I mean, I used to love it. Yeah. Luckily, I played most of my life, but never got to a very high level. But like you said,
that's loads of friends. Yeah, just being around it and like,
having that culture.
On the trap, that like little break, it's hard to get back.
Yeah. That's it is, because everyone else carries on progressing, don't they? And that's the thing, and you're kind of left behind then. How old is your boy, Tom?
He's 1. You was expecting me to say so many months then, weren't you?
I don't know what he was coming up to. I was like, 1, I didn't expect that.
I don't know what...
18.5 months.
Yeah, I don't know what it is when, like, people have, like, little kids. They work out the months, and at a certain age then, they're just, like, that's their age.
Yeah, it just becomes the year.
So I'm sticking with he's 1.
He's 1 year old.
He's not 2 yet.
So he has turned 1 now?
Yeah, he's 1. He was 1 in January. So you could do the maths just...
Yeah, because it way goes to, but no, he's 1. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, man. He's, like, come on loads, like, you know, people say, oh, they're not small for long. Like, yeah, and
You see that?
Yeah.
Really.
yeah, yeah, man. They run around like doing everything. It's
Pretty
It's
cool.
good to see. Like, yesterday we spent the day with him, and he just like ran me riot. Like, do you know what I mean? He's class.
It's probably like his little personality he's like developing now, isn't it? You see in the true person there. So I haven't got kids, but my brother's got 2 twin girls, and like I've seen the same thing. They're like got 5, I think, in August now. But seeing how they like grown and little personalities, like I said, they're not little for long.
Nah, and like the midwife
Midwife.
said, like, in the hospital, she said take as many videos as you can.
Okay.
Because pictures you can like look at, but you can't like relive that picture, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So yeah, we just take loads of videos, and you can actually watch it and listen and stuff like that.
that really makes sense. You're not like interpreting a picture, then you're seeing exactly what.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's really good advice.
That like yeah, she made that point, and I hope she makes it to everyone. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like when we look back at pictures now when he was tiny, and it's class. Like.
So cool. Oh, nice. Cool. It sounds like you're getting there with that balance, Tom. So always gonna be a juggling act to get.
And this is one to say so, but
You got it in your mind. You're working towards it. Okay, so back to barbering a little bit then. For you, what do you think is the biggest misconception about this field that maybe the general public has?
as soon as you qualify to make loads of money,
Yeah, that's fair, yeah.
I think people only see the good side of things, and then like no one sees like the hard work that's gone in before all that.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it's very, I don't know, it's very of today's like society, I guess. Like people only like when they start barbering, and then they put like all their wins on, but no one ever puts their losses. Like
Yeah, that's true. Actually, that's it. Where it's been like really difficult, or haircuts got really bad.
yeah. People only, again, like people only put their good haircuts on social media. No one puts the bad haircuts.
That's really true. I'm the same. I look at haircuts and I go, "Oh, I can't post that."
Yeah. But then like, the misconception is like, I don't know, everything's like perfect.
Yeah.
The money side's a big one, because you get people come in like straight away and then expect to be fully booked.
They think they're going to earn like really, really good money straight away and get that full client list, and it's all easy.
Yeah.
But that's not the case at all.
That's probably one misconception.
I think I obviously coming into this field myself, I think I had a little bit about that. Is I wanted to do this for so long, and the only thing I really focused on was the training and the qualification. And in my head, I always thought, as soon as I'm qualified, the hard work's over. Like I can just go and fly and do what I want. And that's it for me. Coming into it is like exactly with you on that. I qualified, and I was nowhere near that when the hard work. You know what I mean? It started as soon as you kind of go live, really.
Yeah, like when you qualify, you think like you're fully flat out like barber.
Load of people coming in,
but even like skill set, like you think once you've got that piece of paper, like you're like amazing.
Yeah.
And that's probably a misconception. There's so much more to learn.
Again, I was there with that. I thought as soon as I have my qualification, I'll know everything.
Yeah.
But I look at it now as like the car driving test. I always like link it to that. Like you do your lessons to pass your test.
Yeah.
I feel like I did my training to get my qualification. But then when you get into the real world, that's when the real learning.
Yeah, that's when you start learning, start picking up your own habits and stuff like that.
Good kind of tip for people to know is, hit the real world, then you're learning. And luckily, I've been in loads here, so it works.
Yeah.
Class.
We're doing the Pass Plus for you.
Yeah, that's what I've got going on. Jake's been helping me through that. What about you, Jake? What do you think the like misconceptions are of this kind of field?
Um,
Put you right on the spot.
I didn't expect to answer that question.
So what I'll ask you is what you think.
What, like people's misconceptions?
Yeah, people look at this field and they have like a different idea of kind of what barbering is.
Well, I expected, like, going into it, like, in school, because obviously I just left school when I went into it.
Yeah.
I expected all my friends to follow me, sort of thing. And, because, like, I wasn't majorly popular in school, but I had a lot of friends.
Yeah, there were a lot of people who could cut hair with, like.
I just assumed they would trust me and, but, I mean, haircut's different ballgame.
Yeah.
Looking back at it now, like, I wouldn't want to just walk into some guy's shop like that. He's never cut.
Yeah, but I trust him with my do, and he's going to make me look good, sort of thing. You know what I mean? It is a lot of trust, isn't it, when you're quite proud of your hair? So
that's a good one. I've never thought of that before. Yeah, thinking that all your mates will just come to you.
Yeah.
because they won't.
No, that's and I've seen that a little myself. Like, I mean, cutting my mates, but obviously it's difficult because I'm still learning. So the pressure's about the hair, which I get.
I had mates didn't like trust me or come to me until I owned my own shop.
That's
as if like it was a title or something like that.
Like you've now achieved what you
Now you're now I'll let you cut my hair kind of thing.
And you were cutting for years, weren't you? Before, so you knew what you were doing. So we're still on the barbering a little bit, Tom. We're asking loads of questions about barbering. But what is your favourite thing about being a barber?
The reason why I got into barbering, because I thought would be my favourite thing, is I had a trade where I could go anywhere in the world to cut hair.
I think I thought the same of that. Yeah, 100%.
And then I've literally been like 2 places, and the last 5 years I haven't left this shop.
So you had this amazing goal, but then it hasn't really.
Yeah, I think that was like the thing that I thought would be amazing, that I could literally pick up my tools and go anywhere.
Literally.
Well, I guess you could, but yeah, I found myself just being in the same spot.
The reality of actually doing that is a lot harder.
Yeah.
The idea,
the thought of like cutting on a beach or like being like gazelle or like.
How good does that sound?
Yeah, it sounds amazing. But actually doing it is another thing, I guess.
Yeah. If anyone is watching this and they've got an interest in being a barber, and hopefully they can take a lot away from this, what we're saying already. But have you got any advice for anyone that wants to get in this field?
Just be prepared at the start, like not to make a lot of money, and just put yourself out on social media, like because social media is like a massive help, like in any like field these days, I guess. Like putting yourself out there and like being noticed and learning how to use social media correctly,
100%,
is like half the job of barbering, I reckon.
That's been a big eye opener for me, as I always knew I need to do more social media, and I'm still on a journey myself. I'm nowhere near where I need to be, but that wasn't something I expected to be so big that I need to just like post so much more and get so much more out there. I'm still learning that. So that's a really good tip.
I think learning how to sell yourself, I guess.
Yeah, and what to say and how to say it and where to put it and all.
Because a haircut's only a small part of it. Like there's so many people out there that do bad haircuts.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're still busy because they've put themselves out there and they've like built up the relationship with customers and stuff like that, I guess.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I remember you and me had a conversation before I joined, and that's one thing that always stuck with me is you said, like, you want to be a successful and skilled barber and be good at your job, but more importantly, people come back for the person, the barber.
The experience.
The experience more than just the cut.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense. That's where social media comes in as well, I guess. But yeah, that always stuck with me quite well.
Yeah, definitely. I say it to everyone that joins, like, people remember, people won't remember a bad haircut, but they remember a bad experience.
Yeah.
Like, I say that to everyone.
That's it. If you're rude to a client, or I said if you're just short with them or don't really want to be here, they're going to pick up on that and I want to come back.
Yeah, and they'll be gone. Like,
a lot to think about. It's not just about your skills.
Because how many times as a bloke have you had a bad haircut, but you like the bloke and you thought, I'll give him one more chance. Like, do you know what I mean? I'll go again. Like, yeah.
I've gone before thinking, I want to go down my haircut because I want to chat to my barber. Even if I might not need a haircut, I think I want to go there, I want to sit in the chair, want to enjoy all that experience.
Yeah.
And that makes a lot of sense. Okay. I'm going to get a bit out there now, Tom.
Go for it.
So completely away from barber now, the world as a whole. I want to know, what does Tom give us the best tip to make the world a better place? Jake's loving that. I want to get really philosophical.
The world a better place. Jesus. I don't know, man. Just
big impact on this.
That's it, you know what I mean?
I guess it depends what stage of your life you're at. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Because when I was younger, I just wanted to like go out and party and all that kind of stuff. And now I'm older, that's the furthest thing away I want to do.
Yeah.
Like I want to look after my health. So maybe as a older person speaking to my younger self, look after my health more.
That's good.
And so think if I was changing the world, I was just like preach to like look after your health, your diet.
Make that a bit more of a priority sort of thing.
Yeah. Flexibility.
That makes sense.
I am stiff as a board.
It's no way got to.
Yeah, like I don't know if I'm going to change the world, like, but I definitely like to, push a bit. Like people look after their health a bit more.
I think that makes, like you said, there's a lot of a younger culture where it's all about partying and drinking. I went through that myself. But look, on reflection, I wish I'd look after my health a bit more. So it's a good tip. I like that.
Like that thing when people say, "Oh, I didn't think I made it to 30 the way I partied and stuff like that."
Like what? You had control of that.
Yeah. Like You can still party, but I think if you look after yourself, like it'd be better for you.
What about you, Jake? Any worldwide tips to make it a better place? So I love the deep question.
Yeah.
Like, how do you make it better?
Maybe I'm gonna change Jake's life. Just look after your health, Jake.
Look after your health more, Jake. You do an eye and you're worth it.
Yeah, do it.
Right, so starting to do it. How do you want to be remembered, Tom?
Oh man.
See, these are the deep questions.
Yeah. You made me cry.
Oh,
Man. How do I want to be remembered? Just a hard worker.
That definitely got that impression. That's all you.
I don't know, man. You want to be popular in that when you're younger, but when you get older, you don't really need a lot of friends.
No, it does. Your circle gets smaller, doesn't it?
Yeah. So again, like stages in my life, I guess now I want to be remembered as a good dad.
Nice, yeah. That makes sense. Things will change, don't they? I guess, yeah.
Probably when I was in school, if I died in school, I probably want to remember as being funny or something. Do you know what I mean? Like different stages in my life, different
things always change.
Different like goals and that. Like definitely probably being remembered as a good dad, hard worker. Yeah, man.
We're happy.
I feel like that would be one of the biggest regrets is like looking back and knowing you could have done more.
Yeah. Well, thinking of how you'd like to be remembered, you didn't actually work on it.
I don't want to be sitting in a hospital bed and looking back and be like, I wish I'd done.
Yeah. You don't want those regrets. Particularly, like, when they're in your control to do something. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and like speaking to people like listening to podcasts and stuff like that. Well, there's a client coming here. I won't name names today, but there's a client coming here, and he does triathlons.
Yeah.
And I was talking to him about like having time off work and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he said to me, if he used to chase his career as well, and then it wasn't until he was like in his 40s. Sorry if I got your age wrong, but it wasn't.
He's watching and I go,
yeah. It wasn't until he was like in his 40s that he realized, like, if he just took them like a couple of hours a week, he would have felt better and he'd had like more like experiences and stuff.
That makes sense.
So I was on about going to the gym on my lunch break, and he said to me, "Are those 2 hours a week going to be financially life changing?"
Oh.
And I just thought, no, they're not going to be. Do you know what I mean? Well, it's like 20, 40 quid kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Is that going to change my life? But then, like, going to the gym twice a week will probably
really help.
It will change my life and make me happy.
That's a really good way of looking at it. Instead of making the finances a priority, look at your own well-being.
Yeah. As long, like, Connor's a good one. Like, Connor, you offer Connor, like, more shifts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't want to do it. He just wants to, like, go climbing and stuff like that. And
he's got a really good balance.
The work-life balance, he's, like, and sometimes I'm jealous of it.
Yeah. Because he's really content. He's always so like level-headed about it all, isn't he? Like
he's just so happy, just like going about his day, and like he doesn't want for anything, like, do you know what I mean?
Good.
So, yeah, man, just probably like unless it's going to be life-changing money, just do the stuff you want to do.
Do the stuff, make yourself happy that way. That makes sense. I think that with Connor as well. When we're working, he's not working, and he just strolls over the shop just for a chat because he's just so chilled with his life and everything.
Yeah.
He's got it going on. Okay. Well, you're on about the podcast then, Tom, people watching, but what was your motivation, do you think, for us to start a podcast? What are we hoping to achieve?
Just interesting conversations with people. Different people's life stories. Just content.
Yeah.
Basically, just instead of no one ever wants to see like pictures of haircuts anymore.
There's millions of them, isn't
there? Yeah.
Loads of pictures of haircuts.
And it probably goes, towards building a bigger business, bigger company, reaching a wider audience.
Yeah.
Just having fun with it as well.
Yeah. I just have fun and do something a bit different.
Yeah.
Have fun and see the process of a cut going on.
Why not have a conversation with someone, and you might trigger something in someone, and they want to tell people, and then they're like, someone listening might hear something. I
mean, that resonates to me because I really believe in the whole relationship in the chair when you're sitting quite relaxed and informal. You do chat, don't you? I think most people experience that with their barbers. You start chatting.
Yeah, and like the saying is true. Like people tell their barber like anything and everything, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've known people are gonna like propose their missus and stuff.
Yeah.
For like their family and like their missus did and stuff, and then the person will like text me and like, oh, she said yes. That's like class, do you know what I mean?
My old barber, I was exactly having that conversation. So I love my old barber, Luke, and I miss because I don't go to him anymore.
Yeah.
But I should chat to him about everything. And when he was going to propose, he was telling me, You literally plan how I was going to do it, and then my next cut like a few weeks later, is like I proposed it. I totally get what you mean. There, it was really good.
Yeah, like people tell you all sorts, and it's nice because you can, although you're probably not correct in that field, you can like advise them on what you would do, a different person's opinion.
Definitely, and that's always useful.
And like, because if you speak to your family, they've always got that certain opinion.
Yeah.
And it could be negative.
And theirs is probably more based from an emotional position as well, because they care about you in different ways. Well, you're your objective, you know?
Like quitting your job and going to do something else.
Yeah.
Your family might be like, no, we need you to like stay in that work. You're secure and stuff like that.
Safe. Yeah, exactly.
But then I'd just be like, go for it. What's the worst that can happen?
Do what makes you happy, innit? Do you know what? That's exactly what happened for me. When I wanted to leave my old place, my family were worried because I was very stable, I was very secure, but I knew what I wanted to do was to make me happy. Whereas I had like friends and my partner and that were very much like, if you want to leave and be happy, you've got to follow what you want, you know? And I spoke to my barber about it because I wanted to be a barber. And he gave me all the motivation. He's like, you've got to go for it. He's like, that's what you want to do. He gave me tips. He got me on the right path to do it.
And people say like, money comes from doing stuff that you like.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry about the money at start. If you enjoy doing it, the money will come.
Totally. And then there's a saying as well, isn't it? If your work is something you enjoy, you'll never work a day in your life. Or something like that, isn't it? Which, really makes sense. If you're passionate enjoying it, it doesn't feel like working.
Yeah, because people ask me if I will, like, not cut hair anymore. Because you've got, like, people, like, other barbers and stuff.
Yeah.
But in the last 1 year, like, I actually like cutting hair.
So you can see the passion you have for it. Like, you enjoy it. Do you know what I mean?
I actually like cutting hair and turning up to work. So, yeah, I don't think I'd be retiring anytime.
No. Makes sense. Hey, Tom, so other than barbers... He's laughing at me. I gotta put my voice on. It's gonna be an interview. Hey, doctor. Don't make me laugh now. I gotta get in my era. Have you had any other jobs then, Tom?
Yeah. So when I was still in school, I had paper round.
The paper round.
Yeah. Well, I had two, to be fair.
I don't think that happens anymore, does it?
I don't think it happens. Like I haven't seen a paper boy for years.
No.
But yeah, that was good. It wasn't the best. Like, when you think about it, it's not like great money.
No.
But I had my own money.
Oh, yeah. Like, you could spend what you want. Then, your parents or anything.
Yeah, so I'd like, buy my own trainers and stuff like that. It'd be my money, so I could do what I want with it. Like, because if you get money off your parents, they're like, no, you can't have that.
Yeah.
You're not having that.
They try and dictate what you do.
Yeah, so that was probably my first job. Then I left school and I went to an apprenticeship as a mechanic.
Oh, yeah, you said earlier I was a mechanic.
But alongside that, I was working in like pub, like behind the bar and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What, in Swansea?
Yeah, just up the road, like not far from Macedon.
Nice.
But it was like a workman's club, so it was just pints for everyone.
Locals,
yeah, just pints.
Yeah.
Pints.
No cocktails going on.
Yeah. And I did the mechanics for 4 years. I don't even know. Like now, I pay someone else for us to change a light bulb.
Yeah, well, you could probably do that.
But I don't think I even liked it.
No.
So I just fell into that job. That was the job that was available, and then I just did it.
Just did it for like that many years.
Yeah.
Oh, that's mad.
And then, something that it was like Christmas time, and the garage went quiet. And I was like fully qualified mechanic and stuff like that. And they were like sending other people on because they were quiet. And then they said to me, oh, like bring in a paintbrush or something, like paint the wall. And yeah, my head had gone by then. Like I realized that wasn't what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not painting a wall, like I'm a mechanic kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Get a painter in kind of thing. I don't know, like people say, oh, you should have chipped in and stuff like that. But I don't know, it wasn't my headspace at the time, like
so. That's probably what pushed you over the edge.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, I'm done here. I'm like, I'm going, like. So that was like Christmas time. So I left, and then it was like January, and they like met. We spoke, and I went back. For the damages was kind of already done, like it was in my head.
You moved on now.
You all left. So the boys were going on holiday in like June, I think, to Magluf. I was like, yeah, I'm going.
Yeah.
Just a first boys holiday, like this is like 18-year-old.
I mean, that's huge at that age, isn't it? Like, that's where you want to go.
And when I look back now at like 18-year-olds, I do, like that's young, really. Right? Like, when Jake was 18, I was like, I went to Magluf when I was your age, right? And then we went for 14 days, which again,
that's a long time.
Yeah, people don't really do that anymore either, do they? Like, yeah, so I went for 14 days, and I think like day 10, I was like, I'm staying. And they were like, nah. I was like,
Like legit, like you thought, I'm staying.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna stay here. And the boys are like laughing and stuff like that. So that's like day 10. I've got 4 days left. Day after, like, went around asking bars and stuff, could I have a job?
No way.
They were like, yeah, you can start. So that's day 12. Yeah, day 12. Yeah, day 12. I've gone out to start working. All the boys who I'm on holiday with,
Oh my God.
like, come round all laughing and stuff. Like, I'm on work and they are still on holidays.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, the like day after, like, packed up all this stuff. We going down to reception. I pack my stuff. I'm like, I'm staying. They're like, no, you can't stay. I'm like, no, I'm staying here.
That
That's
is actually.
You know when you used to like get deposits for your room on holiday?
Yeah.
A couple of the boys, fair dues, like chipped in and like give me their deposits and was like, look after yourself.
Just to keep
yeah,
yourself, like tied
It
up.
was like 200 quid or whatever, and then that was it. I like wove them off. They were leaving on the coach back to the airport, and about 5 minutes after that, I was like, what have I done?
Yeah, you're like, why have I not gone home?
I was like, here we go.
Like you committed now, you got to see it through.
I put my suitcase under like a sun lounger. We got friendly with the DJ out there. I was like, look after my bag. I need to go find somewhere to live. I was just walking around on my own, like just, yeah. I don't even know. I didn't have a plan. Didn't have like any real contacts or anything. I just went for it. Yeah, I don't know. Again, just being in the right place, the right time.
Just felt a certain way and you thought, I'm doing this.
I slept on someone's sofa for like 3 weeks.
My God.
And then, yeah, by the time 3 weeks is in, you kind of like know people and you just like made friends and stuff like that.
Relationships there.
Yeah. And so I was there. That was like the start of 9 summers.
9 summers?
Yeah, yeah.
You did that long?
So like the summer seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's got to a stage where people are like, oh, don't you want to try anywhere else? But it like made so many like friends and like built up relationships and stuff. I thought if I went anywhere else, I'd like have to start again.
Yeah, that's so you've lost everything. Yeah. There then.
And there's so many like good memories about like Magaluf and my times there and stuff like that.
It's mad how that comes about. That you had obviously the job and you thought I'm done here, and then progressed to something to that scale.
Yeah, so I rang my parents. My mum was like obviously crying, like what did a boy on and stuff. And then my dad was like, yeah, go for it.
Go and live your life.
Yeah.
My God.
So I like said, oh, Dad, you're gonna have to go and I like rung the job, and I was like, I'm not coming home. They're like, oh, you've got another week, and if you don't come home in that week, we're gonna give you a job away.
And you're like, yeah, crack on.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you won't see me again. Like, and then I rang my dad. I was like, you're gonna have to go and get my tools, like sell them.
Yeah.
He sold them, sold my car. After the first season, I went to Thailand for 3 months. I was just on this like mad, like
like wow.
Again, like that stage of my life, it was just like, yeah, don't worry about it. Like, it'll all work out, kind of
That's
thing.
going to be quite inspiring to people. I think, you know what, get rid of the worries and go for it. Like, it's pretty class.
I was just young, like, do you mean? There's just, just went for it.
So what were you doing out there? You did for like 9 summers, but what were you actually working doing?
I was like glass collecting for not even the first full summer. I was glass setting like for the first couple of months I was there.
Yeah.
Obviously I worked in a bar here, but it was nothing compared to like Magaluf.
Yeah, of course. It was not like a local bar.
Yeah, it's just pint side, do you know what I mean? So then I, one night, like someone didn't turn up for work or it was busy or something happened. And they said, oh, do you know how to like pour a drink? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, like I can do a pint.
And then I literally went for it, just winging it, do you know what I mean? Like sex on the beach and stuff like that, just throwing it together.
Nice.
And yeah.
And it worked out.
Yeah, I just stayed behind the bar then, and that was it.
Cool. That must have been a wicked part of your life.
Yeah, it was class. It was like, but it was at the time where there was like no smartphones and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So all I've got is like blurred memories because I was pissed so much. But
God, man, you said it about taking videos.
Yeah, the videos and the pictures, like you
do that.
Yeah, I couldn't really do that until like later on when like smartphones come about and stuff there. Because when I was in Thailand, I had to Skype like my parents. Do you know what I mean? Like the
Skype.
Yeah, Skype going to an internet cafe and Skype them. Whereas now people just go on their phones
Literally,
on FaceTime and stuff like that.
Straight away on like WhatsApp or something.
Yeah.
God, it's totally different.
And then that was 9 years. Just probably the best time of my life so far.
That's so cool.
Working.
I wish I did something like that. That would have been really, really cool.
I've had other jobs. I worked in a place making boxes before.
Making boxes?
Yeah, just cardboard boxes. Like
boxes? I mean,
folding them and stuff. No, not pants.
No pants, no. Boxes?
Yeah, that was like... that. So in the winter time, obviously I didn't have work. So I just find like agency work and stuff like that. Lockdown, I worked in a place bending the end of batteries.
Bending the end of
Yeah. So there's like piles and piles and piles of batteries. You know the silver bits on the end of batteries?
one of the two little bits on the top.
Prongs, like?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just sat at a desk bending them all day.
So they hand bent those.
Something to do with lockdown, I don't know. I just turned up to this place and they like showed me what to do and I just sat there all day. It was so bizarre. It was mind numbing.
Lockdown is a strange one to go back to. God,
Yeah.
definitely some mad jobs then, Tom.
Yeah. I've always been in work, I guess. So
Said that hard work showing you all the way.
that's been a good thing, like.
Well, just to finish us off, Tom, have you got any odd skills? Last random couple of questions I'm gonna throw at you.
Odd skills.
Other than bending back.
I don't think it's a skill, but I can't smell.
You can't smell.
No, I've got no sense of smell.
What?
Yeah.
That's mad. What? Like your whole life has been like that?
No, I don't know, but you know, like when people like crave food and they smell food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get that.
No way.
Yeah. So eating's pretty bland.
So like, can you taste?
So it's like very little taste.
God, that is mad.
Like, yeah, I don't know. I think so. When I was a kid, I drove into my auntie's washing line and like done like some mad flip, and then
Like what? Like your throat there flipped you over.
yeah, and then like cracked my eyebrow on my head, and I'm sure it's from that.
Well, that makes sense.
Is that like that's just bees and tulips lunch?
Balkan season, isn't
It's
it?
always going for it.
Um,
I remember in COVID when you lost like your sense of smell and stuff, and it was horrible. Imagine if that's all the time.
taste is not so like I got very. I reckon I probably haven't got as strong as taste as people.
Yeah,
But yeah, smell is.
kind of used to it now.
Yeah.
That's what that is, a bit of a mad skill, I suppose.
I don't know skills otherwise.
Lots of different ways.
Cut mad haircuts.
Yeah, that's the best way. Okay, well, just to finish then, Tom, any last words of advice or anything for the podcast?
If you want nice things, go work for them.
Nice ending message. Yeah, anything else you want to ask? Are we happy?
I'm happy. That's what I was.
Are you happy? Jake wants to ask, what, just like generally in life, are you happy? Do you know what, that's a good thing, because people always talk about like, you know, your success and all that. But I saw this, it was a celebrity that said, and no one ever asks, are you happy?
Yeah,
like, I think that's a really legit question. Are you happy?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy where I'm at now. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, obviously everyone has like bad days, good days.
Yeah.
But again, like, it goes back to like what you surround him with. Do you know what I mean? If you listen to negative people all the time, then you will be negative.
100%.
And if you listen to positive things, like positive things will happen.
And then you're going to feel happier then.
Create your own luck as well. Like, do you know what I mean? Just be around like good things, lucky people, like listen to the right people.
Positive vibes, go that way.
I'm all about that. That's where I'm at in life. Do you know what I mean? That's the stage I'm at the minute.
Mr. Positive. I love it. Jake's looking on with the hairdryer. I was going to say. I was going to say, you look.
Give me a spin, Jake.
That is a good haircut.
Thank you very much. It was
Yes, Tom. That was good.